This is what happened this week in Africa. In Ghana, the numbers keep getting better. Inflation collapsed from nearly 24% in 2024 to just 3.3%. The cedi strengthened 40% against the dollar in 2025 and has held. GDP has crossed the $100 billion threshold. And this week, the Ghana Stock Exchange was confirmed as Africa's best performing exchange for Q1 2026, with market capitalization breaking 300 billion Ghanaian cedis. The most dramatic economic rehabilitation of the continent is happening in Accra. In Côte d'Ivoire, a $344.5 million agro-industrial project officially launched this week, jointly financed by IFAD, the African Development Bank, and Italy's National Development Bank CDP. The investment targets the Zanzan region in the northeast, anchoring a 25-hectare aggregation and services center in Buna with processing units, cold storage, logistics, and market access infrastructure for rural projects. Côte d'Ivoire is building the value chains to match its 6.3% GDP growth. In Tanzania, a $3 billion 33-year deal with China's Hongwang Holding Group will transform 500 hectares at Bagamoyo into one of East Africa's largest industrial complexes. The park will host over 150 industries, from CNG truck assembly to motorcycle production and shipbuilding, and is projected to create more than 5,000 direct jobs, with an annual exports exceeding $19 billion. Tanzania just put Bagamoyo on the global manufacturing map. In Zimbabwe, a $2 billion agreement signed this week will build a new railway corridor linking Zimbabwe and Zambia, cutting the distance from Zambia's interior to Mozambique's port of Beira by up to 800 kilometers. The project slashes freight costs, accelerates Southern Africa's economic integration, and positions Zimbabwe at the center of the region's next great trade corridor. This has been This Week in Africa, where Ghana's stock exchange has led the continent. Côte d'Ivoire launched a $344 million agro-hub. Tanzania broke ground on a $3 billion factory city. And Zimbabwe anchored Southern Africa's boldest trade corridor yet.